It's Japan with the serve. Korea looking for side out. It's day 2, week 3, Women's Volleyball Nations League. We're in Chiba, and it is a breakpoint start, courtesy of the dig from Japan. Way to go.
Not a conventional way to score a breakpoint, but great first contact by Tsukasa.
Tsukasa Nakagawa with the serve. Touching the block. Interesting. Thought that might have been set out wide for a first-time swing. But sticking to the plan. Oh, great save! What a good pickup that was. But maybe Japan should have finished this rally earlier. We're still going. Okonomiyaki set. Oh my goodness! It's just the second point. Calm down, Clay. Here we go again. Oh yes, well done, well played. Kim Dae-in just calms it all down.
We could be in for a very long match, even if it's a 3-setter, if the rallies continue in this way. Both teams making huge defensive efforts.
Welcome to volleyball's version of paddle.
Yes.
Excellent. No messing with that one from Yukiko Wada.
There's still plenty of attacking talent for Japan on the court. Yoshina Sato, Yukiko Wada have been doing a great job this week already.
Not to be from the serving line with that one. So Hui gets ready to try and bring some heat for Korea. Nice bit of cover, but no one to swing through the right side. The left side, is that off the hands? No, it isn't. So an error for Korea. Lead for Japan.
In their last game against Poland, Korea had to work with the mentality of trying to swing up at a big block. Now they have to make an adjustment to a side that's reasonably similarly matched to them physically.
I think for once Korea are going to find themselves in the situation of they're going to have to be a little bit more patient than they're used to, because they are used to making digs, but they're not used to playing against teams who make so many digs as Japan. That one's been given as out. They're challenging for a block touch.
As we talked about in the intro, styles make fights, but when you've got two teams with really similar styles, it's about which one can execute the best.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough day at the office if Korea are going to try and go block out like this for the game.
It's high risk, but where they are in the table right now, and a game where they have to find a point of difference, it might be the risk Korea has to keep taking.
They don't want to try and, yes, go after Japan in defense and allow the players in the back line to make touches. No need to try and make a touch on that one. Araki will go off and apologise to the coach and to her teammates. Get ready to come back on the front row and make up for it with a block or a swing. There's no foot faults. Was there an indication of maybe a net touch? So if Korea don't win this rally, they may be challenging for net touch, but they do, it doesn't matter. And for those of you wondering why I said that, because there is no mid-rally challenge in this VNL. You have to wait till the end of the rally if you've seen an infringement. Nice. There is that little bit of extra height that maybe Japan have to offer through the wings at the moment to take on the slightly shorter block of Korea, and it seems to be working. Yukiko Wada, the NEC Red Rocket. Their serve. Crowd like that. Korea and their fans like that. Nice side out.
Japan may have the advantage in height from position 4, but they have the biggest deficit. Tsukasa front row. How they structure their defense behind her really changes how they can play and where the spaces are.
On a positive note, for those of you that think you're too short to play volleyball, think again! Because the setter for Japan is only 1m59. She may well be shorter, in fact, than Yoshitaka Shita, who won a bronze medal with Japan in London 2012, the iconic setter for them. Up on that generation, and what's another spectacular rally we've got going on here. Oh, lovely dig. But we're still going. It's still Japan looking for the point. That's going to stay in play. Free ball coming. And already the signal's being made by Tsukasa as to where she wants everyone to run. 4 players all running, slides no good. But the tip is working the block. What a rally.
Brilliant defense, and both teams managing to find an opportunity to have control after those first contacts.
Yeah, they are two teams that can get from out of system back into system within rallies. It's fascinating to watch. It's just a little bit too far in front for a full swipe on that. And that was absolutely perfect for Wada to go between the 6-1 seam. Great hit. Sato. And that's what Korea just have to do throughout the entire time that Tsukasa's at the net.
And they have to know that there will be 2 defenders protecting that part of the court. They are going to get dug a couple of times, but they have to keep working the advantage where they have it. Balance of getting the whole offense staying in touch, also important for Korea. Service error doing nothing to help their cause. Just 2 points in arrears.
Yamada, it will be to serve. Yamada, the Red Rockets player, she's been with them since 2017. Tends to be the way in Japanese volleyball. You join a club and that's your club for life, for more or less.
There will be some changes. Players going more from being a company player, working officially for the sponsor, to being a club player now. So some changes in the choices the players can make.
Excellent. That's worked really well for Japan, that pipe attack.
And it's beautiful movement. Araki running, the slide. 4 players in the pattern, still the option with Wada.
You just had...
block is completely split.
Tong Young's like left, right, left, right. Oh, no way. Nope. Not getting that. That's why at times when you've got teams that can run the combinations that Japan can run, there's some justification for just watch the ball more than anything else, because that's going to tell you where it's going.
The setter will give you some indication, but you still have to just go and block where the ball is going.
Good up, that's going to be put away though, emphatically by Yukiko Wada.
The challenge for Korea is really going to be they don't get too one-dimensional in their offense, that they keep the Japanese block and defense trying to find different solutions as the game goes on.
Ooh, that's a good touch considering it had all the energy taken out of it by the net. Nice cover. Ooh, that's a good chase. Now, free ball Japan, 3 front row attackers. Pipe attack also shaping up. And that movement again just leaves Korea having to guess where the ball's going and the gap to be exploited. Korea called timeout.
We want to score 25 points in one ball. We need to calm down. We have easy balls that we're taking to the side. We're touching the head. We need to calm down and play point by point. This is all they have. We can beat this team. but we have to believe it. But we need to take point by point. Defense, we need to stop. We're still moving and coming back. Stop. Keep that ball on our side. If we keep that ball on our side, we're going to be able to score. Let's go.
That is the danger in the ball, and the team on the other side of the net playing such fast volleyball, and you get in the mindset of fighting for position, you're going to struggle. And as I was just saying, look, you're still moving backwards when they're hitting the ball. We can't do that. So you take a timing step. There's timing that you take in volleyball to get to a neutral position. They've got to do that from wherever they are. The spiker leaves the floor. They have got no more time.
Blockers and defenders.
It's a better ball in. And the side out works. That's a very good set, actually, because the setter doesn't get to see the middle from where that ball was passed to and from. Good dig. Free ball for Japan, more movement. That's not in. I don't know why you're even doing. No, it's in the arena. And it's within the advertising hoardings, but it's not anywhere near in the court. It's not even within the camera's view. That's how far out it was.
So you're saying it wasn't in?
No. That was, though. That's well in, and as good as you can play a ball into that corner at one.
Yukiko Wada takes. It's a tough angle. She's on the sideline to have the control to go high and cross court there. Much harder than she makes it look.
Change coming for Japan. Megumi Fukazawa. 1m76 outside hitter from the Himatsu Springs on to serve. That one went wide. It did look like there was a net touch by Japan, though. The net was definitely moving. The referee is on the side of the block, and you'd expect it to be spotted if there was one. So far, so good for Japan. They've got their little comfort blanket of a 2-point lead. Substitution is made again, so the libero can come in, and it's really important, I think, for those of you sort of new coaches, newish teams and playing volleyball, and you want to bring a substitute on for your middle blocker to serve, that you then make that substitution as soon as the rally or as soon as that run is over, so that you don't get yourself in an awkward position whereby your substitute goes off, the libero comes in, and then you get round to the front row and your middle blocker instinctively runs on the court, having not made your substitution, and then you suddenly find yourself in all sorts of bother and losing points unnecessarily.
Speaking of substitutions, the change will come in for Japan. Hitomi Shiori replace Tsukasa in the front row.
Yes, ace serve! Wada's having a really good game so far.
We can say that quite often, I think. She is a really high-quality player, and it never looks like she puts a huge amount of grunt into the serve, but she's always over 90 kilometers an hour. Really fast arm.
Just the way she gets her hip through and a little twist and creates all the torque, and then whip her arm through the ball. It's the same with her spiking as well. Korea equal to it for the moment. Not much room to go over to that left side for Akimoto.
She really didn't need to do so much with the ball. She was on a good approach. She could swing reasonably straight.
Bit of a let off that for Korea. However, they're still trailing. They're behind by 3. Bit of a mix-up for Japan, but they might get away with it here. They've got another chance to try and get the point, but that's not going to work. Yamada's too steep.
She left early. The tempo on the set never got to where she needed to be. Yamada has to slow down. not what you want in the slide. You want to use that momentum to really be at the top of your swing when the ball arrives.
Yes, you just see how Yoshino Sato's shaping up to put everything into that one.
She makes a really nice move and forces the block to move back to her approach.
They've done that a few times actually, Japan. They've ran out and they're driving in to actually swing over almost the middle blocker, get inside the wing blocker. Oh yes, what a pickup. What a put away.
That is a much better swing from Akimoto. She doesn't try and do extra, steps onto it fast. Wonderful dig by Yoshino Sato. That's the swing from Akimoto. Timeout Korea.
Against a team like this, we're not going to compete that way. And a lot of mistakes, all our hitting mistakes is because we want to hit the ball before we get our feet to the ball. Let's get our feet to the ball and then swing. Let's be more patient. We want to do, again, pass is good. So we get 8 of the 10 kills are from 13 and 26. So we need to see the ball and make a good cross step to get in front of them, right? Let's go.
The management here is the emotional management of, for Korea, it's not to be 1000% speed on everything. Do the things well. So let's get quality reception. When we go to attack, work with our feet, make sure we're doing the basic things. And they have the ability, they have the quality to score points.
Well, you and Dave said at the top of the show that there's similar styles of volleyball. It's not the same, and Korea need to recognise that. They don't play as fast as Japan for a start. They don't, but they can play quickly. What they don't want to do is get rushed into playing at the same speed as Japan.
Because they still need to play their volleyball.
Exactly. And that's really important for those of you watching as well. If you've got a team that plays a quick game, it's easy for you to suddenly try and play quick. You suddenly find yourself playing at a speed. That's not how you play. You need to slow it down. And the way to do that is off of your contact, height gives you time. So on that pass, you can slow the game down an awful lot to get yourself in a good shot. And then you might want to hurry it up with a set, but not from the passing. This is a lovely serve from Korea.
So this is also a good way to slow the game down. Score a bunch of aces. There'll be a challenge for a foot fault from Japan. I think this might be in vain.
Chime out from the coach. Chime out, for those who don't know, that's when the coach calls a challenge knowing really he's just slowing the game down, taking yep. Not even close. How big did he think her feet were?
Very?
Yeah. Very? Just, that's a good play really, in so much as now you don't get that run of rhythm having just made an ace. You've got to slow it down again and maybe Japan make their side out. So good piece of coaching all round. As much as you may not like it, that's the game.
Daeyeon once more falls off the block. She is trying to go so fast to get out and close. She keeps losing her form, rolling the hips and shoulders off in the last second.
It's a great leave from Han Tae. Aren't able to back it up. They got given a gift of a point, Korea. However, Lee Taeyeon unable to make Japan have to work. So this 3-point lead sticking for Japan at the moment. Shiodaeon to serve. She's back to the serving line. Oh no! That's a classic. Everyone stood around. You, me, you, anyone? No one?
Bueller?
Yeah, Bueller. Not sure he'd have got it either. Oh dear, you just feel that someone's got to get it, but the movement, that early movement from Lee Taeyeon just put everyone else off.
That's the play. Good, confident swing, not trying to do anything extra. Ball from a good situation.
And that's the one they're looking for, isn't it? That's the shot they've been trying to get. They couldn't find it in the early part of the set. Off those hands and then going deep and away from the defenders in the second line. Korea waiting for exactly that from Japan. Oh, that's unlucky. It doesn't come back.
And that's the good variation in speed as well. And again, so we're not trying to do anything extra with this ball. It's fast. She just gets there, puts her hand on it, puts the pressure on Japan to be able to make the play.
Shot has gone off and coming back in. One setter for another. Sukatsa is on. Goodness me, that's incredible. High ball situation, you're thinking, all right, what's happening here? There was no clue that was going to go where it was until it left her hand.
Really late thumb down from Akimoto. And a change of her. She's been swinging mostly line or approach in the last couple of swings. Knows the block will be in front. Takes it the other way. And now for her troubles. It's a
well done.
Spell on the bench.
Yeah, great shot, off you go.
And Kitamoto will come in to serve for her.
5 substitutions used by Furhat Akbash. When Kitamoto goes off, that'll be it. All subs used for Japan. What a good swing. The non-passer getting out early and now available to really put pressure on with a faster ball wide. It's a good dig. That is a great swing, though. There's a lot of heat coming from Sato and Wada at the moment for Japan.
Yoshino Sato, her ability to play from different approaches and still find the angle that she wants. She can come from outside the corner, in this time inside out. Still gets that last step, arrives at the ball with momentum.
Case of in, out, spike it's all about. Great dig. And that may have landed in. Oh, it's not landed in! Even the referee was about to point to Japan.
Just long, and the speed, the set never quite gets high enough. Yamazaki only able to push the ball long.
Oh, yes!
That is... go for it, Clayton.
Fight town!
That is a great swing.
Wow.
The body control there, still showing cross and then snap down the line, cross body.
Lovely pass. And that's what Korea think of that jump serve.
It's taken Korea 3/4 of a set, but they've started to find themselves in a little more of a comfortable tempo in attack.
Set point comes for Japan, despite the best efforts of Korea. And that will do it. Japan take the set. Syria. Away we go with set number 2. Korea serving, Japan leading 1-0. That's a great hang time for Araki.
The adjustment from Tsukasa on the slightly longer distance set. Normally this ball is 1.5 to 2 meters away. This set had to travel a little bit further. Tsukasa still puts it in the window.
Good serve. Korea off the net. Which is exactly where Japan want them. Able to pick them off in defense. But that is a wonderful block. Massive block from Tong Hu-yong.
Not enough tempo advantage for Akimoto there. The swing straight. The block doesn't have to move.
Well, while we saw that replay and the MC played monster block, bearing in mind this is a Japanese full house, every single person with those gold sticks that they're banging together now all made the movement of monster block in time with the music. That's how respectful the fans are here in Japan. They are one of the best in the world, if not the best set of fans. Right now, Japan up 2-1. That's a lovely pass. But a little bit too steep with the swing.
Araki does a really good job of disguising the serve as well. The hand moved through fast, the arm moved fast, and just stopped at the end. And it drew enough time that there had to be a non-receiver receiving for Korea.
Touch that. Not so good from Wada, doesn't find the sideline. You get the feeling that there is scope, you know, watching Japan, there is scope for them to be a little bit more creative. And I wonder whether that's something that Bash will be the next thing he does with them. I mean, in terms of that ball came in and it was one that could have been set out wide, and we've had a couple of those where it could have gone a second ball attack in, you know, with control to catch the other team by surprise. But this is how we play. We do this.
And depending on the personnel, and this is again this interactive relationship between the players on the court, that confidence in the moment to spend that time in the group, that you can really start to push the envelope with the options.
Good touch. That's well done. Off of the block and away. And talking about that pushing the envelope and having, well, not so much having fun, but you're still playing it's international volleyball, it's high-level volleyball. You want to win the game. One of my favourite plays I think I saw was England men, actually, of all people. Simon Loftus, coach at the time. It was a free ball over and the libero dug it straight out wide to 4 for a swing. And that was planned. You know, it wasn't just we're going to do something. It was a planned thing that they've obviously talked about. Completely caught the other team by surprise. Didn't know what was going on.
There may have only been 2 players on the court who did, but they were the right to.
Yeah. That's a lovely pass. Oh, what a dig! That was a free swing! Dug your best. Now it's Japan with free ball of sorts, although Wada's taken out of the play. That was well played by Korea. And that finds the baseline.
That is the tempo advantage on the pipe when there has to be a commitment from Yoshino Sato to be on that play. Amazing dig on the line.
Well, high fives from everyone, even the coach for Nishimura, when you've dug someone down the line like that on a free swing. Unable to back it up though from the serving line, but despite that, Japan still kind of motoring along there, up by 2. Korea not showing any signs of taking this lead away from Japan at the moment. And not with serves like that either. That was unlucky. I mean, that's whether she's caught in 2 minds about what she wanted to do with that, because it just seemed to just go up and just, yeah, it was the nothing serve really, was it?
It just sailed away. It was not putting any pressure on the receivers, and it was not putting any risk.
And you need to do better than that. You don't want it to sail away, sail away.
And if Korea is not careful, the lead will be sailing away with Japan, not with me.
Lovely pass. Now didn't have to move at all. He's just then able to do what she wants with it. Wada comes in. It's just a joy to watch when teams play like this.
And the stack of the block with Wada back row, then the call for Araki to run the longer set draws the block even further. Great speed on the ball back. Wada takes advantage.
Rotation 1 for Japan. 3 front row attackers, blockers. And all moving. Oh, that's a great dig. Will it stay in play? Oh, unlucky. No. Scorer's table. Get out of the way. We want that ball to come back. That would be something, though, wouldn't it? If the table could just go, open up, run through, play the dig.
We're not there yet.
No, we're not that much technology. Yeah, that's just too high a barrier. Good pass. It's into transition. High and wide, and then a good swing over the top of the block.
Well, Akimoto, when she doesn't try and swing too much angle, too steep, she can pick her spot in the back third of the court. Timeout, Korea.
Hey, first, we need to start closer in the block. Again, like we said, they jump here and land here, and we're passing the ball, so they have too much angle. So we need to stay more inside. Then, how many balls are landed here? And where's your defense in here? So we need to be back. Go take that ball. Go.
Korea have to find a solution on block that allows their defense to have some more opportunities. It's not necessarily about turning everything into a scoring block. It's about giving the defense the cleanest look and being able to defend the smallest amount of court behind them.
Nice up. So is that chance back for Korea and the captain, but no, yes, in fact, just expecting that to come back into play from Nishimura, but it was Nishimura, it wasn't Fukudomi, then it probably would have come back into play.
Once more, the variation on the shot. It's not just the same swing every time that allows the Japanese block and defense to get set. Nice variation from Sohee.
I tell you what, and those variations are really important. What's also amazing is the wealth of talent that Japan have in the libero position. Fukudomi not part of the squad this week for Japan, and in fact,
Kojima.
Exactly, we'll have we'll use Iwasawa and Nishimura, and also Manami Kojima. 3 liberos on the roster for this week. That's unlucky, just that took that little touch in the block, so Korea can't bring it back into play. It's unlucky for Kim Dae-in. Akimoto with the serve. Excellent. Little change in the direction of that one from Moon Chi-eun.
Is better from Korea, but they're not making the inroads they need on the scoreboard. Japan stay 2 points to the good.
Well left by Wada. Araki, glasses off, ready to serve. Easily covered by Korea. They don't stack everyone in the 3-meter line. It's really good to see that they have somebody just behind them and somebody deep as well to cover the court, which Japan will take the point again. I always feel that when you're covering the attacker, your defense behind it should be like layers of an onion. If you kind of look that way, not everyone. So often you see, I mean, more often than not in side-out play, everyone ends up in the 3-meter line, and then when it does come off the block and goes 6 meters, there's no one there to pick it up. You don't necessarily need the liberos being part of those players inside the 3-meter line when you're siding out and you've got all that attack coming to the net.
And that's recognition of the situation by the libero. The movement of the libero is such an important part of the play that if they know that the pipe attacker is on, they have to be the player that stays back and creates that space.
Good dig. Base position, so important in volleyball, as shown with that play at 5. But it's Japan with a swing chance. No, you're not going to tip against Korea. Not short like that. Likewise, you're not going to do the same to Japan. That's how you get it done. In the end, the point comes from Yoshino Sato.
And it is in the end, it was an accumulation of advantage, forcing Korea to stretch a little bit further out of system, a little bit further. And then the last tip draws a one-option play, ends up being a free ball. And then Japan have all the time they need to go full speed.
Accumulation advantage, like that, could be a pop group.
I think that's probably more of a medal group.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Shiode on to serve. That's well played, because the hands up, you know there's no hard attack coming, but you don't know whether it's going to be short or long.
Well, the block is just trying to take out a space in the court. The hitter can really choose their spot.
Four-point advantage still for Japan. Make that 5. A sea of red here in the port of Chiba. All the fans with some wonderful tops they've got on. They're almost like baseball-style tops with the logo of Japan and the sponsor of Japan on them. They're very smart. And there's some of the haiku, almost like haiku-type characters on the back. We're seeing plenty of haiku-type volleyball on the court. Oh, wow, what a swing that was. Unfortunately for Japan, hands were high to avoid getting hit in the head. That could have been painful for Akimoto. She did well to not get hurt. Great swing from the captain, Young So-ii, for Korea. Timing wasn't quite right for Japan. Now they have to go high and wide, and they make it work.
Akimoto finds her range from position 4 once more. Not trying to swing sharp, comfortable with working atop the block. Both her and Yoshino Sato have enough height and enough power that the block touch at the top is still not effective for Korea's defense consistently.
Made the decision to let it go. The serve never bothered her anyway. That one not bothering Japan either. There's probably an area where you think that Javier Mares will have a chat with his team. We can't do anything if we can't get the serve in, and I know we want serving pressure, but these are jump floats. They've got to go in.
And they have to be just approaching with an intent or an idea that it's an understandable error.
It's a very good recycle. Third time lucky. No. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh yes, it did hit the floor. I said, goodness me, how on earth did Nishimura keep that off the floor? But this is pesky middle blockers. Araki got it? No, I don't know. I'm just going to put you off.
And she knew straight away as well.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, shouldn't have gone for it. Should not have gone for it. 3 points in it then. Korea on the comeback, maybe. Oh, goodness me, what a pass. That is magnificent. So nearly an ace becomes an incredible spike.
And Akimoto doesn't give up her feet so much. She doesn't sprawl. She gives herself the chance to get back up and stay in the play. And then doesn't try and do too much on the swing.
With a spin on that one. Well, that's better by Korea. That's a real shame. They've started to close that 6-1 gap now against WADA, and they're getting touches.
Timeout, Korea.
They're not hitting high. And we are trying to go for the line all the time. We press and we stop. And we give our defense a chance. The first set, we were with them all the time and we block 0 balls. We don't need to block the ball. We just need to give our defense a chance. And then we are looking too much for the hands. This block is so we can go more for angles and assist. We're going to have more points.
Winifred B. still very clearly in favor of Japan. And the adjustment in block position for Korea forced the Japanese hitters to take a little bit more risk swinging on the line.
That may have made it. It may not have made it.
There'll be a challenge for a block touch. Whether it falls within the range of where the touch happened.
Well, he thinks it's off the hands and away. It didn't look like it. It looked like it was to the side of the hands, didn't it?
From where we're positioned, we don't get the best angle for any deviation.
No, there was deviation, and that's right under the second ref's nose. That must have been really difficult to see as well. When you actually see the hand falling away like that, that must be difficult to see. However, quite clearly, Morales could see that from way over the other side of the court with all those players in the way, and knew instantly.
He must have better eyesight than both of us.
Yep.
You've got your glasses on.
Don't tell anyone.
Speaking of people with glasses doing great things.
That is a wonderful swing through the middle.
And a wonderful save by me.
Sakata, my glasses make me look a bit more intelligent. Apparently. Araki with the serve. Nice side out. It's just that lack of consistency at the moment for Korea, because they're showing us and everyone they can play, they can equal Japan.
And they're really only needing to score through position 4. They're not using a lot of width, but when they get it right, they can do it.
Excellent. That's a really good block from Korea, because that was the only place that Tsukasa could go with this ball.
And it's the choice where it's a good follow to be in front, and then this is the awareness of the situation. This is what good middles do. They know when someone is in and out of the play.
That is yet again a fantastic hit from Yoshino Sato.
She's showing why she's probably just a cut above the other position 4 attackers on the court right now.
A little bit too low in the contact from WADA. Changes coming for Korea. Lee Jua has come in. And Kim Dae-in has gone out. Good touch. So is that. But it's going to be free ball Japan. 2 in front, 2 behind. Another top dig. That's too tight. What good reactions. But in the end, Korea ended up getting further and further back, and that's a good spot to know where the space was.
The awareness from Yoshino Sato that it's a second move. The block is not going to be at its full height. They don't have the time for the full approach. So then the defense has a little bit more room to cover behind them. Substitutions from both sides.
Yes, Fukuzawa's come in to serve to replace Sato. And a change has been made back for Kim Dae-in is off, and Lee Jua is... In fact, sorry,
the other way.
Kim Dae-in is on, because she needs to set.
She does. She does it quite well.
Indeed. And as good as middle blockers think they are at setting, and some of them are really good, but they're not as good as a setter.
Well, they just don't do it as often. I'm sure if they'd committed to it from a young age, they'd probably still be middles.
I've yet to hear of a middle transitioning into a setter.
I don't know what...
Or setters to middles. I've seen setters to opposites and outsides. Well, that's close to
very close.
Good up. If anybody does know of a middle who's transitioned into a setter, you can tell us. God, good hit from Wada.
I don't know what position Peter Bonjay played as a junior, but a little bit closer to home for me, Arash Dosanjh, Australian setter, who will be playing in Korea next season. As a junior, he pretty much did everything. So when he was front row, he hit from where he was. When he was back row, he set. Made a mess of my under-15 state team doing that.
Unlucky. Side out comes again. 3 in it. They've been kind of hanging around the whole time, Korea. They haven't allowed Japan just to run away with it, but they haven't done anything to really put the pressure on consistently. No, that's not made it. There's no block touch challenge coming, so now it's interesting. 21-23. Usually the classic time coaches would call a timeout. However, Dohat's happy that they can just side this out and move on. So I bet Mark Leverdew has got a stat on the most, what time in a set most timeouts are called.
I'm actually pretty sure he does. I think we've had a discussion about it in the past.
Well, it's now set point for Japan. And they move into rotation 1 as well, their strongest rotation to try and get it done. And that is a great swing off the hands and away. What they've been trying to do from the start of this match. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was not in the playbook. I was going to say rotation 1, usually the hardest rotation, but now that you can move on the toss of the ball, you can stack your rotation 1 and get into position a lot easier. It all depends on the serve, and now it all depends on what coach is going to say for Japan.
Serves between 5-6. Let's say good communication. See best control, okay? Trust yourself, no problem. They come a little early to you, okay? They follow much more, okay? Wada, your attack direction very good. Just keep going, just keep going. Let's go, let's go.
He's nice and calm, isn't he?
He is both nice and calm. And for Japan, it's do the things we know we need to do. If it's a bad situation, we don't have to force anything. Trust that they can use their block and defense to have effect if they need to.
They are stacking their rotation one, Japan. Wada's going to run around the outside.
Around the outside.
That's still in play. That's a lovely touch. Going to take some risk. But Japan equal to it. They stack the baseline with 2 defenders for that one. But still Korea looking to get level. And they have done. 24-24. They just kind of went about this under the radar a little bit, didn't they, to get back to this position?
They've decided which way their bread is going to be buttered today. The ball is going to go to position 4 pretty much all the time. They just need to defend and block well enough to keep getting opportunities to swing from 4.
And now they've got a chance to bring up a set point. Oh no, they're not going to get it though. That is a monster block. Akimoto. Hello, Moto.
Jiun goes straight into the block. The space was all cross-court.
That's huge. Set point again then for Japan. But they've got to win it now from service. They've got to, just like Korea here, get it done from the serving line. Break point's not easy to come by. Korea have got to get 2 break points to take this set. Great pass. And very clever play from Araki. Set point number 3, 4, I think actually for Japan now.
The overload into the zone forces Korea's block to be really thinking that there's going to be a lot of play, a lot of movement. Araki finds the space.
Araki with the serve. What a dig. That's from the middle blocker. And Japan have the set. That is an incredible piece of defense from Araki to set that up.
Justice for middles play.
Yeah. They are such an important, it was for so long, wasn't it? For so long after the libero came in, or the introduction of the libero, it's like, right, all you're doing now is blocking, serving, and a bit of hitting. They have been pigeonholed for far too long. That is magnificent.
You're not a middle blocker, you're a volleyball player.
Yes.
You have to do all the skills. Some you'll be asked to do a bit more than others.
Well, yes, and then rightly so. Just like everyone else enjoying that play, the coach for Japan, Furhak Atbash. Now, Dave Rogers is down on the court. He's going to be having a chat with Morales, who's actually down there ready to have a go pretty quickly. We'll see how long we have to wait. Hopefully not too long. The set score, 25-21, 27-25 for Japan. But Korea by no means out of it. Let's head down to the court then. Dave is ready to have a chat with Morales. Take it away, Dave.
Thank you, Clayton. Look, it's the hope that kills you, because you've given yourself opportunities here. The climax of that set was fantastic. How close are you, do you feel?
We're 1 or 2 points away from winning sets. We had a chance to go up 25-24 there. We're gonna swing with a block, but well, at least we're getting our chances. If hopefully we can make better swings or put those goal downs and win at least this set and extend the game.
Any changes, either tactically or with your players?
I think we have to set up a better block. We're passing, they're not hitting lines. We're passing the block and we're giving them too much angle. So we need to step the block inside and make the defense make more plays.
Well, look, we're really enjoying this. So if you could make it longer, that'd be great. Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, we all want that to happen, Dave. It's a fantastic match, but one person who definitely does not want that to happen, one person who definitely does not want this game to go to 4 and beyond, will be the coach for Japan. So, who's there with Dave? Let's head down and hear what he has to say. Take it away, Dave.
Ferhat, there's some acrobatics going on behind you, but they're not having as much fun as it looked like you were having at the end of that set when there was that huge block there and you were dancing with the bench. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes, we love that. All this atmosphere is great. And also players support us all the time. And now, as you see today, we have some new talents that we would like to give them some experience. And I'm very happy that we had a very tight set and we could still win.
What about the performance of those players who you brought in and given the opportunity then?
Pretty good. I would like to see them. They are more courageous, more brave, but this step by step, not immediately. It cannot come immediately, right?
3-0?
You will never know. This is women volleyball.
Good luck. Thank you for your time.
Oh, that half court. Mind you, volleyball is such a family-orientated thing, it doesn't matter. Set 3 underway. Japan serving, they're up 2-0. Well, that looked, well, it did, you know what, it made in a double touch on the set behind, that didn't matter. And then it was a good recovery to get that ball into play and take the point.
Yeah, the disadvantage is the lack of precision in the set when there is a double contact.
That was the disadvantage turned into an advantage. Good ball, goodness me, good. Sukasa's looking around and saying, did I touch the net? Watch number 22. Oops,
Araki, great body control, not just to not land on Tsukasa, but to find an angle deep in the court.
Looking for touches, so they're going to have to rely on a challenge. And the head coach, Javier Morales, is like, I'm not challenging that.
That's a hard no.
Oh dear, just crept into court. Shirakamoto, the player at 6, a little too far into court.
She's committing for the hard-driven ball in front of her, and as a result, her right knee dropped and never had the angle to push back and have body control.
Wow. Well played, Korea. What a fantastic dig that was by Hantei, which then meant Japan came up with the error.
One of the few times Yoshino Sato's tried to do too much in attack.
The commit was half decent, wasn't it? Just didn't close the gap.
It wasn't the full commit. It was she needed to make the step early and then go straight. It was the I'm going to jump sideways. Very hard to get the hands back on the other side of the net.
Out. That'll be a stinger against Akimoto. That's why you can't go backwards. You have to try and get to the side to create space. Easier said than done when it's coming at you that quickly. Although it was noticeable, she actually stood there with her hands together. Now that's not going to help. That's beginner volleyball.
It's very hard to protect your face, which she has had to do already. When your hands are locked in front of you. And a nice wipe.
That's quality, wasn't it? Really well shown as well in the replay. With a perfect pass. The positive attack. The point for Japan.
Yukiko Wada goes back to doing what she does so well. Nice fastball. A lot of the call tonight on first tempo for Japan has been the shoot, the 7, the long, quick away from the setter, really trying to create space.
An ace serve for Wada.
96.5 kilometers an hour. It's a really strong serve, and it never looks like she's having to go extra in terms of effort to generate that pace. Allows her a lot of control with what her hand and arm does.
Another good serve. Good cover as well. Oh, that's a nice set. Oh, what a save! It's scramble-tastic at the moment, and it is Japan who'll take the point.
I mean, it's a great finish, but that slide play in transition, that is, we talk about creativity for Japan, that was fantastic. There was really no way that that play should have been available.
Just don't tell Japan that.
Yeah, but unfortunately didn't convert, or else we'd still be, well, I'm still talking about it.
That's well done from Yutseong into that far corner.
Yamada makes a really early move and needs to do a better job going straight. Korea also needs to recognize that Japanese middles are now starting to move very early towards position 4.
But Wada's trying to do something different.
It's a back row 1 foot Yahoo almost. It's a very rarely seen action.
For that reason?
Quite possibly.
Moon Ji-eun came on as a substitute in the second set, kept a place on court here in set 3. Lovely. From off the net like that, that's a solid swing from Yoshino.
The block also has to understand the ball has to travel that little bit further. They have that fraction more time. They don't need to go so early on that ball.
A couple of players have done that now from that end. For his career earlier, no, Yoshino for Japan, they're just not coming down in time.
And that's why you have change of ends in volleyball.
Indeed.
Must be the breeze.
Korea doing well in this third set. Point for point with Japan. Looking for a break point to get in front, but that's not going to happen. That is quality from Wada.
It's a lovely set with the Korean block moving really aggressively towards position 4. And there's almost 2 meters of space on the line. Challenging Wada to take them on. Wada succeeds.
A rare attack from the right-hand side of court for Korea. But a sensible attack as well. It was the quickest point in which to get the ball over the net and put the most pressure on Japan. Goodness me. Oh, wow, wow. Just wonderful volleyball from Korea.
And Yoshino Sato just does too much. Gives Tsukasa no space to work with on the first contact.
Yeah, there's almost a case there for calling for reaching over the net by Korea. Looks like that was touched first by the captain.
Lovely variation by Wada. She's gone strong cross early. The block has moved to adjust for that. Now back row, she knows the space is going to be in behind the block. Because the defender knows the block is open, they're going to want to stay deeper.
Korea still in a good place in this third set. They're a break point ahead. But there is a chance here for Japan to get level. Akimoto. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What a hit.
And not going for too much. Good control. Nice little bit of hand control as well. A little bit of thumb down.
In and out of the block, Korea have the point.
And maintain a 1-point lead. And Japan really need to put together a sequence of points, give themselves that little bit of breathing room again. Well, they are at risk of Korea sending this to a 4th set.
Looked like it came off of the head of the libero after it was dubbed, which still counts as 1 touch. So we've got a challenge coming for block touch by Japan.
There is an admission.
Good sporting spirit being shown.
Akimoto will serve at 11-11.
Serving pressure's not quite been there for both teams, is it?
Correction. We've got just a little bit of discrepancy between the score on the bench, and now it is corrected, 12-11 to Korea.
Another fantastic dig. And what a shame they're unable to convert. But we've been talking about and just how good Japan's liberos are, but having a great match so far. Han Tae, the libero for Korea, she's made so many quality digs as well.
She's an excellent, excellent defender. Never scared.
Good block out. Good smart solutions being found at the moment. I think that's the best place to go, isn't it, in volleyball? Off the hand closest to the antenna. Goodness me, how many times, not just Shino, but also Wada and but just the 3 outside hitters, their ability to hit this ball.
And there's Korean defenders and blockers, they're all in a line with each other. There's 3 players in a straight line where they're defending the same part of the court.
They still can't stop it, but that was not great positioning from the off blocker, to be fair for Korea.
Well, the off blocker comes for the tip defense in behind the block, but then position 5 is standing behind that player who is behind a block. So you've got a blocker and 2 defenders in one line, and then 4 meters of open court to the left. Ferhat Akbash takes his 2nd serve for the evening, ducks out of the way of that one. It's 14-14. Korea don't want to lift Japan off the hook. They have the better of the running, but haven't been able to get the consistency.
Has that made it? No, it hasn't squished down enough. So Korea take the point. Still a good ball. It's off the net, that's too close. Oh, good block back. But now there's a big space in the court. Japan don't take advantage. Korea have slight advantage. They can't get a full swing. That's me, this ball is getting difficult to control. Oh, wowee, what a dig. Now free ball Korea, hoisted high though by Japan. They can reset their block defense. But will it be enough? It might be. That's a top dig. Akimoto, not quite. Still we go. Oh my days, someone's got to find the point here from somewhere. No, wow, it's still dug. Oh my goodness. And now Korea again with half a chance. That's a bit tight. No net touch, it was outside the antenna. And it's an error from Japan. Goodness me, that was energy sapping. And all the while, Ferhat Akbaş has just stood there with a smile on his face, enjoying every moment of that.
Korea managed to get themselves completely disorganized and then completely reorganized and then a little bit disorganized and then reorganized again.
2-point lead for Korea. Well done, Akimoto. That will send Yamada back to the serving line. Good touch from Araki. Ooh, well played, little off-paced attack gets it done.
That is the right solution. Japan have to defend the hard-driven ball first and then rely that there's time for a second effort.
Well, I think the captain wanted that ball a bit wider. She said I had to make an adjustment because she was way out wide waiting for that.
I think the set was fine. She made the right choice.
Clever. Araki, eyes open, knew that the four-blocker had jumped with her.
And that it was the long journey for the server to get into position 5. Korea still leading 17-16.
Great, using the block. Well, the head coach, you saw Ferhat Akbaş's hands up in the air. He was convinced that that was a catch ball on that turn and set to go out wide, but it wasn't called. But if it wasn't called, it wasn't a catch ball. Well, that might have been going out. And that's gone straight down. This is great for Korea now. 19-16 they lead.
Nice finish on the block. Akimoto doesn't get her feet to the ball and still tries to swing flat. Timeout Japan.
Miko, you stay here, okay? So they have right hand block to you, okay? So you can go line, cross attack stick. Okay. So girls, 71. When she's in front, we are just going antenna, close, okay?
71のライトからに対して
No cross the base in front of her.
もうまっすぐライン確認してみに行っていい
Miko, 3枚, triple block, we don't back. Double
ハイ
back.
ボールじゃ3枚が大丈夫
Okay, let's go.
Capacity crowd here, 7,500 really enjoying the volleyball. Korea enjoying the volleyball. They are up by 3 points in this must-win third set. God, celebrating a little too early, Korea. But now they can. Incredible defense again by Japan. What a touch.
One of the advantages of being 159 centimetres tall is the ball takes a little bit longer to get to you down there. A fraction more time. Akimoto will leave the game. Ariane Kitamoto will take her place.
Can Japan get themselves back into this? That's the question. Ferhat Akbaş very encouraging throughout this. He knows that this is a nice little challenge for his team here to try and overcome in this set. It's up to Korea to stop it from happening. Super big.
Super set.
Super volleyball.
Wada running from left to right and still finds the way. Great team by Yoshino-Sato.
Right now, it's all about what are you going to do about it? Not much.
There we go. We don't need to touch the ball. We need to cover an area and the defense is standing there. Okay? We're going to stack. So throw it and move something through, all right? And we're going to go left. No, sorry. Feet. Come on, okay.
And the challenge for Korea now is to not do too much. They don't need to do anything extra. It's about getting the basics done right. That's what's got them into this position with a 2-point lead as we get into the 20s.
Yes, that's in play. Okonomiyaki and Yoshino finds the floor.
Once more, Korea end up with 2 players covering the same area of court. The short defender for the tip.
Oh, yeah, what are they doing?
Defense.
Someone's got to be over in that space.
They just don't need to be standing in front of each other. Anywhere else. Japan within 1.
Japan could be level. Oh, Japan are level.
Great fast ball, short distance, in transition. Kiko Wada. The block is not ready. Korea trying to cover all their bases. Not enough time to react.
It's too far. That's trouble. And look at this. 20-17 Korea led. They've lost 4 points in a row.
Kitsumoto, great precision on the serve. Korean timeout.
We need to get a swing. We have a hard set. High here, we get a swing. Set us back low. We don't need a pass in the net, all right? We find out right now. Let's go. Go with. If you pass, you need to go out. That was let's go.
We need to get a swing is an understatement. The serving from Ayane Kitsumoto has been precision, and Korea have not been able to find a way to get a really good look in attack. As a result, Japan scoring 4 break points, 3 in a row, 3 break points after the side out.
Korea need this. And they may not get this. Oh, that was going out. Get a play on anyway for that bash. It's like, oh, okay. What a dig! Easy one from Nishimura, comparatively, and then Wada comes up with the play.
Well, she swung super hard on the first two and thought, I'll see if the tip works on the third. That Akabash missed his chance to call that ball in and out, by the way. But Yukiko Wada does a fantastic job of making decisions in transition. Keeps Ayane Kitsumoto on the service line. Japan with the breakpoint lead.
22-20. 5 points in a row for Japan here. And the combination play not working. Japan holding firm. It's 23-20.
Araki reads the difference in body position really early. She doesn't wait and see the ball going to position 4 again. After a couple of points in a row, you get that feeling the setter has to change something, sees the difference in body position, goes early.
This rotation paying massive dividends for Japan. They get the side out eventually through Itaeon Korea, but that might just be tricky. Mind you, I will say this.
Please do.
Korea were 21-23 down in the last set and got it back to 24 all. That's not happening now, though. Wada brings up match point for Japan. I'm curious about this off-blocker coming in for tip cover against Japan, because they haven't tipped once since the off-blocker the whole match.
It's always been behind the block.
Good serve. Can't run middle, have to go wide, and that's caught the block on the way through. It will be Korea staying in this match for the moment. Serving substitution. So on comes Chong Jun-yu. That goes Lee Tae-eun.
No pressure, first section of the game. Down match point. Japanese crowd on their feet and about 14,000 yellow clapping sticks going bonkers.
Yeah, it's as hostile as it's going to get for Japan. I mean, it's very, very appreciative. That will do it! Straight through the middle. Japan have got a straight sets win. They remain undefeated here in week 3 of the Women's Volleyball Nations League in Chiba.